and today we're going about how to control social media instead of being controlled by it. Now, before I present to you our guest today, I wanted to remind you that we are coming down to the wire, that you won't miss out on the Rise in Social Media Challenge. I will give you more details at the end, but right now, I want to introduce our guest here. We got to know each other in one of Dean Graziosi groups. He is known as an amplifier of people messages. He left his country at 2012 to chase after a better life. He built a career as an international educator. He dropped the contract job to live a more meaningful life, got recognized by his role models and mentors, Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, Russell Brunson, and got featured on Tony and Dean's event as a success story. He discovered also how to increase his value in the eyes of others and build trust with students, people in different cultures. He started to use his educational background to help people communicate online in order to find, share, and earn on their skills and talent, build on business, bringing around 30K a year. So please welcome Mike. Hey, Mike, how are you doing? Good to have you here.
Hey, brother, that's such a big introduction. I'm listening to you, I'm thinking, what are you talking about? Is that me? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
thanks for
that's
that.
definitely you, man. So
Yeah,
good
it
to have you
happens.
here.
So much thing happens. I can't even believe, like, when somebody else is talking about you, it seems like so surrealistic, you know?
I totally hear you. Sometimes we not identified with that, but we know we already did that. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
yeah. I see Marta is here live with us. Hey, Marta, good to have you here.
How you
And good
doing,
to have you
Mara?
here, everybody. So, Mike, you are professionally running social media channels for other brands now, but I know that in the past you really had hated and hard time in social media. You really hated the social media. What changed for you and put you on the professional path where you actually work with social media on a daily basis?
Yeah, man, you got it right. Like, I was known as a social media hater. People still know me as a social media hater, to be honest. But you know what? Like, if I have to say one thing that really changed is that I learned mostly from Russell Brunson, but also from other marketers and people who are using social media professionally, how you can use social media, right? How you can be a producer on social media instead of being a consumer on social media. And that's the big shift. That's what changed in my head. Before, I didn't really recognize the difference between, like, how do you use social media for this and how do you use social media for that, or for whatever other reason, right? So I was actually just looking at people using, most of the people are actually users, consumers on social media. And when you look at that, they just look like zombies, you know, like they're scrolling, reading something, nothing happens, right? Time is passing, and it's like you're thinking, hey, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that, you know, that person who is just scrolling and wasting all the time. So I watched, like, videos like the Social Dilemma, for instance, right? And they were telling you, like, about the problems of social media. But there is another way of using it, and I'm super happy that we'll be talking about it during the challenge. I'll share you a little bit more what exactly that means to be a producer and not consumer. But in general, you just make social media instead of being a scroller, right? That's the main shift that happened in my head.
So instead of just scroller, just actually use it for your business and actually increasing and growing your business with the social media, not just like scrolling aimlessly, right?
Totally. Like, for me, guys, it makes such a big difference. This discovery was so huge that not only I started to use it for my business, but also I like it so much and I see so much sense in this that I actually wanted to do it for other people. And that's why I started to work for a marketing agency and become a digital marketer, because it's just like, hey, I can help other people bring their message to people who needs to hear it. Awesome. Let's do this.
Oh, I love it, man. I know about myself. I used to hate social media so much. I had Facebook just when they founded Facebook. I never actually used that for years because I hated social media so much until I changed it exactly like you said. Instead of being not producer, sorry, instead of being consumer to producer. And I love that. And you will talk more about it on the challenge. So it has been a couple years, right, since you first started professionally publish on social media. I'm sure you could talk about it for the whole day, right? But if you could share just one thing that changed your whole game on the social media, what will it be?
Whoa, you dropped like a big question here. Only one thing, huh? Well,
only one
okay.
thing, yeah.
If I have to share only one thing, guys, I would say that one thing is the way of thinking. That's what changed the whole game. Because maybe like many of you before, I was like just this person who was always dreaming, looking for solutions and trying to solve problems for people, you know, like a definition of entrepreneur, right? So that was my thinking. I bring value to people, I solve some problem, I give them the answer. I was also an educator for so long. So that was pretty much like what I was doing, right? Like bringing answers or finding answers and then delivering to the people who needed it. But what shifted with me using social media and becoming the producer and building my company and then helping others build company was that the marketer and the entrepreneur is not the same thing, right? So there's this famous quote from Jim Edwards, like big guru and copywriter in copywriting world.
Jim
And he
Edwards
says
is
that,
awesome. Yeah.
you know, you can have the best product, but if you're not marketing it properly, if you're not loud on the marketplace, nobody will buy it. Nobody will even look at it, right? But then on the other hand, you can have like a normal product like many other people have, right? But you are a brilliant marketer. You're really like putting it out there, making your message a little bit different than everybody else. And you're zooming in on the right audience. And all of a sudden, you're just, you know, out there, people listening to you, people follow you, people take your stuff, right? So that's the biggest shift. I've learned how to be a marketer, how to allocate the people that I really, really want to zoom in on, right? And that was just like 3 little steps. I will be sharing this within the challenge, guys. During day 3, we'll go through a quick framework, with a 3-step framework that I call DUB. I called it like this because it's easier to remember it, right? DUB, right? So you just go these 3 points, and you can start thinking like a marketer. You can start utilizing what Facebook gives you, what today's social media gives you, in order to make your message stand out, right? So that was the big shift. Just like think like a marketer and not like entrepreneur. That's it. That's
like a marketer, not like entrepreneur. I love that. Also, Dean Graziosi talks a lot about it. Build it and they won't come. You can have the best product, but it doesn't matter if nobody hears it. I love it. And you will talk more about the dub and how to actually bring the people there more in the challenge. Thank you for sharing that, Mike. So if you can actually go back in time, what is the one piece of advice you will give to your younger self?
One piece. All right. Can I do one piece, but in 3 steps?
Go ahead.
I'm big on frameworks, guys. So I like to break things down into small
Huge
steps.
on systems,
but,
definitely.
You know, to be honest, like if I had, if that's a big question. Like people always like think about it long, you know. But for me, it's actually pretty simple, and it works for anything, no matter business or private life or whatever thing. It's like a three-step process. First step, just do it. Whatever is on your mind, whatever amazing idea you have,
Just do it.
just do it. Then run a journal or whatever other kind of notes so you can see what happened, right? And you can go back to it because people easily forget what happened, right? So just write a note, whatever you record of what you did, and then make adjustments. Just make it better. That's it. And it's like the biggest aha. Hey, little Mike, do this, and you're gonna be further down the road if like 10 years from now, right? Simple, but you know, the simplest things are always the most effective stuff,
Simple
right?
is
And
the king
people
and queen.
can know this. Yeah, we all know. Like what I just said is like, of course, like that's that. Like everybody knows this, right? But not everybody knows this. Not a lot of people do it, right?
Right.
That's the thing. Not a lot of people do it. We all know it. Like, you know, be out there, do your thing, make adjustment, fix it on the way. But how to fix it? Well, I have to run the record, right? I have to know what happened, like what I actually did. And I don't know it because after 2 or 3 months, I already forgot what happened, right? So you know, like it's easy, but it's at the same time easy to forget.
Right. It is easy to forget, but I love it. So simple, especially with a journal. It helps tremendously, and we usually tend to forget about it. I know, and I was disregarded for years until I started to journal. Everything changed. So I love it. And just do it. Like Nike says, also, just do it, guys. Just do it. Nike, Mike, we have the same here. So, Mike, really, thank you for sharing with us all of that. And guys, this is just the tip of the iceberg of what is actually waiting for you in the social media challenge. Now, how you can actually join, I can share the screen with you just for a minute that you'll know how you can join us in the challenge. So, un momento, my internet froze for a second. Okay. So in my profile, if you go to my profile for Eden profile, right, you're searching for Eden Alon and all the messages are coming up. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, so.
Somebody has been playing on social media.
So we got right here, Eden Alon. If you search in the Facebook, Eden Alon, you will have right in front of you and you will find me in no time. And right here, the first one, it's pinned to the top. You have the social media and you can just click it once and register your spot. Also, I will share a quick link here in the comments here in the post so you can actually join us. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and we will love to see you there, guys, because we will go exactly on that more deep on how you can actually rise in social media, how to use social media instead of using by it, how to be resourceful with limited time, how to crush limiting beliefs and have the direction and clarity. All of that and more in the social media, Rising Social Media Challenge. We'll love to see you guys there. And Mike, thank you again for being here.
Hey, thank you so much for having me, guys. And if I'm looking forward to meeting all of you during the challenge. Talk a little bit more. Maybe we'll change the way you think about social media.
Let's do it. Let's rise. So guys, keep on going, keep on growing. Until next time, don't forget to join. Don't miss out on this. See you guys later.
Take care.